Greetings, world. Welcome to another MEN-talRollaDeK podcast. What's good, King?
Hey, what's gooding?
Chilling, man. It's been a minute. What you been up
What's
to,
the
man?
topic? I just been
Why?
taking it
Why?
in, enjoying
Why
the New
are?
York rainy weather.
Yeah, man. Home is home, right? Why are men not running to the
Home is
altar?
home.
Why are men
It's
not running
one
to the
of many
altar?
reasons. One of many reasons.
I know you wanted to talk
Different
about
type of
this today.
women.
What?
It depends on the woman. They
Wait,
have many women, for example.
go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay. I thought you was on pause. I saw your mouth moving, and I'm
Nah,
like,
I'm
wait,
listening, bro. Go
man
ahead,
is
man. Go
saying
ahead.
anything? Okay, cool.
Floor is yours,
Right,
but
because when you're talking, you kind of want to make it fun too at the same time, not just straight topic. We just want to have fun. So might crack a little joke or two. Um,
let's go. What's good? Let's go.
there's a lot of women. For example, we could point out certain celebrities. We could point out the divorce rate at approximately 55% for women who's actually the one who filed for divorce out of 100%. We could point out that we could run back to Jennifer Lopez. Women like her, um, I don't know the whole relationship situation, but it's like on the outside of the window, we see women want to get married, and then after divorce, like it's nothing. And once they divorce, most of the time, they don't have to owe their spouse anything. But the male perspective, we have to owe our spouse everything, especially if this is our first marriage.
Why you think that is, bro? Because like honestly, like right now, my aim is to get a divorce, and it's like I'm kind of scared, like because I'm like, I might have to pay alimony. Um, who know how the situation with the children is gonna play out, and so on and so forth. Like literally like fearing this shit. I'm like, yo, let's see, let's wait it out and see who died first. I'm kidding. but but yeah, like that's an option too. Like, yo, let me wait it out. Yo, like, even though we're separated, let's see what is what, basically. But yeah, man, like it's
Well,
it's very difficult.
well, they did say it's cheaper to keep her, which is true
For who though?
to a
Because
point.
mentally, for who?
Well, mentally for you as a guy, but they said most married men die first before their spouse, which is true statistically. Um, I believe that men do have to think about all these ramifications before they get married, and some just think about it and say they don't want any part of it. So therefore, we're scared. It's like, why should I marry? Because I've never been married. Why should I marry someone who might be quick to run away once we get married? Why should I
Mm.
waste my time? Why should I feel like I'm wasting my time? I want forever and not just temporary.
See, the thing though is like you have to take into account that the likes and dislikes of relationships and marriage. Like marriage is a giant relationship with a contract, basically, right? And you're not gonna wake up every single day and like your spouse. You're not gonna be in love with that person on a
Hmm.
daily basis. Like, yeah, love continues. The love will never change, but they get on your nerves. It's another grown ass human being with their flaws and you got your flaws, and these artificial conditions cause problems within the relationships. So it's like having a whole argument, like you old dude, like, you know, to lift the toilet seat up before you take a piss, and she's telling you, yo, once you take a piss, put the toilet seat back down.
Right.
Like, does it matter? Like, as long as I didn't piss on the seat, if you need to use the bathroom, you can use your own hands and put the seats down. Like, simple shit like that causes issues, bro.
It does. It
Or
reminds me of something I heard before, where relationship is like a bank account, right?
mm,
You compliment a woman, you do everything that's complimentary to that woman, it becomes like a deposit into her life. So you, or his life, or whoever, you know, you decide to marry. So you're complimenting someone, you put in a deposit into their account. So it's something called a relationship account. I think I spoke to someone else from our school about this in the past, like 15 years ago or better. But you compliment someone, you put in a deposit into their account. And most relationship ends when you say negative comments and negative things goes on. Then both of y'all go back and look in that account and see that account is overdrawn. So there's
mm,
nothing else for y'all to go back to withdraw.
that's a dope ass
Y'all empty the
analogy.
account.
That's a dope analogy. I never heard that analogy before. That's it's a pretty deep one. Um,
Yeah.
but
You have to keep the positive higher than the negative, because if you come with negative, they'll feel like, wait, the world is against me. Now you after me too? You don't want
see,
that.
see, this is funny.
And men don't like that too.
It's funny. I know, I know exactly who that came from. You know everything, but don't know how to keep her. See, I don't believe it's me not knowing how to keep her. She might not want to be kept. Like I said, relationships are
True.
circumstantial. Like, she may not like something. Like, a woman will like break up with you in their mind before they actually do it in person. You know, and they do this illusional bullshit that men supposed to just automatically pick up on it. And we're kind of slow to an extent because we be picking up when that shit is too late.
Facts.
You know, like, we feel like everything in the relationship is
Facts.
Gucci. So we like, you know what, we good. I'm still going home to her
Right.
and whatever. And she's not really fucking with you.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
it's crazy. Like, and they're
She's a,
saying
she's a, she's a, she's a chess player. You still playing
exactly,
checkers. You think it's just
exactly.
one move, one move, one move. She's a couple steps ahead
Exactly.
mentally.
Exactly. Because I have a friend that tells me that we look at stuff in black and white. And I guess that's the logical side of us. Because the only time we get emotional is when somebody mess with our shit or fuck with our woman. Or,
Hmm.
you know, we claim we got cheated on, you know, stuff like that. And yeah, it's crazy. And everything for them is premature too.
Premature, premeditated.
Premature, premeditated, and so on and so forth. Thanks for the correction. Like, they'll sit there and map that whole shit out, you
Hmm.
know, and we're not sitting there doing that same thing. Sometimes we'll stay within the relationship because we feel like you said, it's cheaper to keep her. But what I've realized going through my experience, bro, stress is horrible, bro. Like for me, um, I felt like I got married for the wrong thing. You know, like I had my
I mean,
first
you
son.
got married for however you felt in
Yeah,
the
I got
first instance. You felt like you was in love and everything, and this was it. and this is how it was going to be, and you mapped it out a certain way.
My kid had my first kid, and I felt like, you know what, I don't want that child to not have their parent. So marriage for me was kind of like signing the deal, like, okay, we're gonna be there for our kids. But within the same breath, I'm
That
separated
was the
now.
right reason.
It was the right reason, bro, but we weren't working together. Like, we were causing each other um traumas and so on and so forth. Because, like, I'm not one to beat on a female, but my mouth is like, I will, like, take you apart with my conversational piece, bro. Like, especially when I get upset and so on and so forth. Like, I would definitely just thing you, and she's physical. You know what I'm saying? And it's only
Hmm.
gonna be so long for a man to sit there and take abuse physically before he snap. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that's what it was for me. Like, even today, like, it's like we can't get along. Some simple shit. Communication. Communication is a major thing within a marriage, a relationship as well. And if you can't
That,
communicate, your relationship will
well, with
die.
my experience, with my
Greedy is like, hold on, bro.
well, with my experience with my
Like,
child mother,
taking, so
What
that's
the
what it was
hell?
for me. Like, even today, like, it's like, good. I'm
yes,
aiming. Somebody
with
want to
my
be added to the live. So,
with my
let
child
me know.
mother, um, my experience with her is everything goes good. The shorter the conversation is, the better it goes. I know you may want to talk and have a conversation, but you have to realize that even though both y'all mean well, you're not on the same wavelength to have this conversation.
Truth.
It's a L, it's a loss, it's a tough pill to swallow. It heals with time, but you're not on that level. And it's acceptance. You have to accept to yourself that you're not on that level and it would never be that level.
And what I realized too, King, it is a lot more difficult to shut the fuck up and not say anything. Like,
Hmm.
that's one of the most powerful thing in a relationship, is to be quiet and not say anything. In any relationship, whether it's your job, so on and so forth, just listen. Because the more you listen, the more you understand certain things, the more you can solve the equation and so on and so forth, right? But if you want to talk more, you're not listening. And a lot of us tend not to listen because we feel like our situation is greater than the other person's situation. Like, our excuses, our victimization, like, we feel like we're more important, to a sense. You ever been in a situation where you called somebody to confide in them, and then 2 seconds later that you realize that person started talking about themselves? How are you listening if you're
Yes,
talking about
of
yourself?
course.
This fake importance. We aim to be important when there's nothing to be important about. And that's
I
basically
mean,
what it is.
us as guys in this generation, in this new generation, sometimes we might be stressed and we might be like, not all guys, but some guys might be like, you know what? Let me just toss on the PlayStation, talk to some people virtually, get my mind away from here, although I am here, but get my mind away from here so I can not think about the stress, reset my body, and come back as refreshed. And sometimes at work, if the person you're with is cool with that, and sometimes it just don't work. So technically, you just need a mental escape from those situations, and you try to find it in other people, but you can't really find it in everybody. So sometimes you just turn on a game, you take your stress, you play maybe Call of Duty, kill a couple of people, and that's how it is. Um,
And it's funny because most of the time they want to take your outlet away.
oh yeah, they feel like you're not giving them enough attention, but
Yeah.
you're actually being faithful and all about them. You're just going on there for a mental escape. It's like therapy. And I wish that some people would understand that the game is kind of a therapy to some people.
Hey man, I go to the real thing. Like I actually I have a therapist, and it's
Hmm.
like I invite I invite her to it as well because I feel like it's beneficial to us as parents.
Hmm.
Like if even though we can't get along within our relationship and there's no more relationship, like it's best for the children. We got to learn how to co-parent, you know,
Hmm.
because
Most definitely, 100%.
within the relationship for me, it was it's the talking down. And the thing that most women don't get, you're a man. She cannot relate to being a man. What she know about a man is superficial, is surface based, right? She don't know what it feels like to be that man. And sometimes within that relationship, you go to that woman and you're expounding on certain things and you expect them to listen and understand where you're coming from, and they don't do that. What they do is, you sure it's not you? Um, you keep complaining about the same thing. You sure it's not you? Like, you got to toughen up. You got to change this. They're telling you what you got to change about yourself when that's really not it. The same way as a female, you can come to me just to talk and for me to sit still and listen, because 9 times out of 10 when a female come to you, bro, they're not trying to obtain a solution from you. They just want you to listen. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And 9 times out of the 10,
True, true.
it's the same thing. It's the same thing with us. You know what I mean? Greetings, King.
What's up?
What's your take? What you wanna add? What you wanna add to the
I just
situation?
disagree with everything you guys are saying. Like when it comes towards
Here goes the
woman.
protagonist. Talk
No,
to
it's
me.
it's not protagonist and it's not an attack on black man. You know what I'm saying? But like, how is it you could sit on this live and you could talk to this guy, you could reason with him, and he'll understand you better than your girl or your wife or your significant others. You think it's just one day it took for me to get to where I'm at, for me to get through to my wife? It was one of the most difficult tasks, and I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it as we speak today. But look, the reason why you're having drama with this chick is because the pure fact she's not over you. She's not over you. If she was over you, you would have seen them kids, and her attitude towards you would be different. But she's looking at all the things that you've been through, but you're not fighting for her like how she would have fought for you. But just like you could reason with this guy right here, you should be able to have that same kind of experience with your girl.
So
Don't
so
matter which girl you go out with.
so what if you did aim to rectify the situation through reasoning, but you keep repeating the same thing. You keep running to the same
You
brick
keep
wall.
trying. You
And
keep
what?
trying.
No, that's not how it works. See, I think that's how we
Oh,
got
oh
things we
okay.
got things. Listen, let me finish my point. I feel like this is how we get stuff messed up. See,
Uh huh.
see, the objective for me is not the trying. I'm not one to give up, but we have to realize, like how everything, a fruit has a season, right?
Yeah,
animals
yeah. Look
have
funny.
animal have their seasons, right? We
Uh huh.
also have our seasons. And if at the point, if you say, you know what, yo, I'm done, like I've tried every single thing. And it's the same thing. Like, it doesn't take one person to develop a relationship. It takes the other person to work on them and for you to work on you. Like, there's countless time where she be like, yo, change this, that, and the third. But when a female can look at you while you're changing and say, yo, I haven't changed, why the fuck am I still in that relationship with them? Because
First
we
of
had
all,
kids?
first of all, woman is allowed to change 100 times. Let's be clear on that. Women go through more changes than anybody else on this planet. They're like Mother Nature. You come outside, oh, it's sunny. You go back outside, shit, it's raining. Oh, next day, it's freezing. They're allowed to go through all the changes they want to go through.
At whose expense, though? At
Not
yours?
allowed to do that. 48 laws of power tells us this. We study animals, this, that. People should study people
Listen to me. You're
because
making great
we have this
points.
thing about us that, huh?
You're making great points. Listen, I'm not disagreeing with nothing you're saying. Robert, was it Robert Greene also have another book called The Laws of Nature, right?
Yes,
And
and they
that
also have
book,
one called the laws of attraction too.
no, let's stay on the laws of nature. And in
Yeah.
that book, he speaks on the narcissistic tendencies of human beings, the actual victimization, and how people run around act as if they're more important than the other one, and everybody really don't really get along. They just want the other person to get their points. And that's the same thing within relationship. Within a relationship, 9 times out of 10, it's like the men is really saying, what do you want, babe? What do you want, honey? How can I help you? And the men keep making these adjustments to cater to every single thing that she desires, right?
Okay.
But
Point taken.
enough
And then the
is
woman is
never,
like,
wait,
hey,
let me say this. Enough is never enough when it comes to a
That's a fact.
woman.
It doesn't matter how much you do for a woman. She never did anything. You never did anything. If you can understand these things, you will make your ship will work. Also, if you could play those games that you want to play, Fortnite and all that stuff, and you keep on failing that same level of wherever you're trying to go to, I bet you if you apply that same kind of energy to your relationship, it will work. It will work. I have enough patience to break a woman. It doesn't matter what she comes at me with. If she's stuck on stupid and being that, we're gonna fix it before we go to bed. Because I'm gonna work on her, I'm gonna work on her, and I'm gonna work on her, and I'm gonna work on her. Because
And
that's what I'm
also,
gonna do.
and
Because
also,
we're in 1 second, 1 second, we're in this marriage, blood in, blood out like Costa Nostra. We're not getting divorced. We're gonna work this shit out. Go
yo,
ahead.
bro, yo, bro, yo,
so,
Najo, what you have?
so, 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 Berts, let me tell you something. You dating Jennifer Lopez. She's your wife. She don't like something what
Jennifer
you
Lopez
do.
is a hoe.
You think you
Go
gonna
ahead.
work it out? You think
She need
you
a
think
man.
she gonna work it out? There's
She
more
needs a
women
man.
like that. There's more women like that. That's my point. There's
No,
more women
not
like
all
that who
women is
don't
like that.
care
That's
about the
one.
base. You might get you might get lucky. You might get lucky and find you a good woman who would listen and understand no matter what and would try to make it out. But you're not gonna get lucky all the time. Guess what?
No, no,
Surprise!
no.
All of
True,
us is
true,
not
true.
lucky.
What are women fighting for right now? What are the major things that they say they don't have right now? What is that? They need equality, right?
Uh huh.
They're fighting for equality, right? And I'm laughing because I feel like women has everything they want within society. Even though we go around and be like, oh, it's a man's world. I feel like the world spins on the strength of women.
That's a fact.
See, see, but they don't see it like that.
Of
They
course.
still play the
Yep.
victim mentality. They feel like
But
enough is not
but
enough.
but everybody, the villain. Nobody want to hear the villain. Everybody want to hear the victim. That's what sells. What did he do to you? What did he do to you? People go to counseling, right? And I always say the counselor can't fix the problem. They're just a mediator, just to be like, oh, you say, okay, the other person say, but in all fairness, nobody could fix that relationship but you and her.
But the counseling can
Only you.
bring an unbiased comment, which is good for the relationship. So if I'm doing wrong and I hire a counselor, I want them to tell me I'm doing wrong. So I like the unbiased
But look,
comment.
within a relationship, you know when you're doing wrong, because I can't front. Like I use I'm vulnerable because I use myself as a scapegoat a lot based on my experience and what I went through. There are times where I will be in a relationship, I'll push the woman away. You get what I'm saying? But I can say within this relationship, the last one, my wife, I wasn't willing to give that up, right? But it wasn't working. There was the verbal and the mental and the physical abuses. You get what I'm saying? And then I start to realize is that, yo, I'm the villain in this story. Why? Even when I adjust to the changes she requires. But if I let her sit here and tell the story, I'm still a villain. I'm
But
still not
here's
shit. I'm
the
still
thing.
not
Look,
shit.
You
look,
you may you may adjust to the changes that you want, but guess what? You didn't adjust it fast enough.
right.
Like snap.
And that's something.
You have
That's
to do it
something.
snap. and,
That
and
that's
and that's
something
what you
you. That's something that you and our. You see, if you have to go back over it, you see, sometimes when you tell somebody something, one time, two time, it becomes like a lesson. Like it's like going to school. And if 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 you don't have the patience for something, it's just it's just never gonna work. It's just never gonna go nowhere. That's what I learned in life. I have patience. I have. If we can wait on vagina from a woman 2, 3, 4 years before the other relationship fails, we should have patience for other things. It's just where we put our energy. Where we put that energy. Are we gonna have the time to do it? And also, when you're talking to somebody, one thing I learned is when you're talking to somebody and you don't give a fuck about them, they love you. But the minute a woman make you buckle, she say, "Yes, I got this motherfucker. Now I could do all of my fucking shenanigans." Shit happens like that.
But
But
that's
like I said,
crazy. Why must I abuse you for you to maintain with me?
because sometimes most black women are wired like that.
No, you know what it is? That so-called black woman is traumatized due to past experiences,
Yes,
right? So her valid point of love is her, like she has to be in pain for her to feel like you love her. And it took a woman to show me this. Bro,
yes,
like
that's true.
bro, a lot of the knowledge I've gained is from women, like breaking down stuff for me, like why you in this getting abused. This person really don't care for you, and giving me the other side. And the therapist, bro, if you're going to therapy, bro, and the therapist look at you like, yo, this is bad, bro.
You know what? You know what you should have done in with
Come
with
on,
with
bro.
that relationship. Y'all should have separated, right? This if you see it's going how it's going, I would have separated from her. Still be in a relationship. Fuck and we go and fucking go and go.
That's the
And
issue. That's the issue. That's an issue as
but
well.
but here's something about a woman that's different from a guy. We're doing a little compare and contrast. Um, a woman sometimes when she done with you. You just don't know when. You
true.
just don't know if she's actually telling the truth that she's done with you. A guy, we stay with hopes. We stay with hope that maybe you'll change your mind. Maybe she's not really done with me. So we keep trying and trying and trying until we try all we could try and be like, well, you know what? She's telling the truth. but we really try. We full of hope. Guys is full of hope.
But that's the same way like her trauma is the same way you trying is traumatic as well, because this is what I've realized, bro. So through my insecurities, right? I've put all my love into this person or what I believe to be love. Here I am, not secure within myself, not loving myself.
Yeah,
I gave it to this person, right?
because because 10 years later you're still talking about her. So it's important.
Wait, it's not about 10 years later. Listen, as much as we would like to say, oh, we fall out of love with people, that's bullshit. You don't fall out of love with people. Time separates that love. Your love will always be there for that person, because if that person is within like 2 feet or 3 feet of you, all of that joint comes back up. You know what I'm saying? The more time you spend apart,
Mm-hmm.
the stronger the separation. The thing for me, what I've realized is through my insecurities and lack of love for me, that person left with everything I gave them. And here I am, so-called heartbroken, go running around for years like a crackhead trying to find that high again, looking for that love, when all along, all I had to do was look in the mirror and work
But
on me. See, once you're secure and you give that love to you, bro, if that person leave, they can leave. You know that is a time for everything. You know what
but
I'm saying?
sometimes you want sometimes as a guy you want an instant healing, and when you want an instant healing, you might talk to someone, and they have some guys, not me per se, but they have some guys would actually go to females and not tell them straight up like, hey, you know what? I just came out something bad. I'm not going to be in love with you or anything. If you want to do this, we could do this, but don't expect anything out of this. They have some, and they have some women like that that would tell you, hey, you know what? Don't expect anything out of this. But they have some people that wouldn't tell you, and then after you might fall for that person, and they might
Look there.
fuck the shit out of you
Tell all that bread.
all
but
over again.
look how we mess up, bro. Look how we mess up. Because
And
what I've
we might go
learned,
the shit out of someone just for that.
what I've
So
learned
it's a bad
if
cycle.
what I've learned, if you go to a woman and you tell them like I just came out of a bad relationship,
No, you can't do that. You're
wait,
broken.
wait. Once you start piping that woman down, you just created another relationship.
Yes,
What we don't
because
look at,
You created
because
another. You
because
created another
everybody look.
you. You created another
Listen,
you because
listen.
now that person have hopes that you would be
but
the
look,
one for them and be in a relationship. So you created
Listen.
another you.
but you never quell that past relationship. So now you got all that baggage rotating into the next situation.
Listen. First, listen. First of all, never ever go in a relationship speaking about your other relationship. That's a dub. Because everything that you gave to that woman, the other woman is going to want it, and they might use that against you. So when you go in the next relationship, the only thing
Oh,
you
of
should
course.
tell that new person, and I learned it from personal experience is you broke up, it didn't work out, that's it. Work on yourself within the relationship. Don't confide in
Oh,
the next chick
that's
about
that's law. That's law. Like me personally, I'll tell someone they'll ask me about my other relationship, and I'll be like, "Oh, it just didn't work out." They say any details?
that's
No,
it.
I don't like to talk
That's it.
about
That's
my
it.
previous
It didn't work.
relationship. I don't talk about
Right.
people. That's it.
They will
They
use that
pry
on
open
you.
into it, but they can't find it. So yeah,
Yes, they will use that as ammo on you. Let me tell you something. I was
of
with my
course.
first baby. I was with my first baby mother, right? Broke up with her, heartbroken, lifeless. Can't see the picnic the whole night. I told my other baby mother about it. She said I got me a fucking nice little donkey. You know what she did with my fucking heart? She took that shit out, ripped it out, and stomped it on the ground. Feel me? Don't
Mhm.
ever in your life tell a next chick about your other chick. Ever. Tell everybody else except for her. Because you're only giving her ammo to use against you. That's rule number one. Just like when you ask a girl what's her body count, and she don't tell you, it's just that's the same thing that rules that
Oh,
apply.
she would never tell you. I mean, she only counts the actual relationship that she in. So like
Yeah,
5, 10, the
right.
actual
Them
relationship.
outside guys, they don't count. Those niggas that she just
Don't count.
dated to, whatever, they don't count. She only counts the niggas that she been with
No.
maybe a year or two, and she might say 5 or 4, while she probably got like 30 bodies. But that's a different topic.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I want
don't
to know.
don't.
I want to know. I want to. This is the thing that This is the thing I don't like. Right.
I mean,
Um.
I don't want to know because if she actually tell me that and be honest to me about it, I'm probably gonna look at it different.
Why?
So,
Why? Why are we
but if
creating
she honest to
conditions?
me, an honest woman, I love an honest woman. I would respect the shit out of her if she's honest. But if she
Why?
I don't
kind of,
wanna.
if I
I
feel like she's
I wanna
lying in
know.
any
But,
sort,
but wait. But
even
wait.
on
But
that,
wait. But wait.
if I feel instantly,
Why are we creating conditions in the relationship before it even begins? One,
Because you want to know who you sleep with.
no, bro. No, listen, bro. I like Mario Winer said, bro. I really don't want to know because no woman that a man has ever been with is 100% superb or the greatest woman or I've never sucked testicles before or I've never did some
Well,
nasty
well,
shit
in
in a
this time,
relationship.
unless it
well,
was a high school love,
in this time,
that continue. Unless
in
it
this
was a high
time,
school love,
Don't do that. Don't call
no, in
nobody
this
name
time,
out, bro. Don't call
no,
nobody names out, bro.
in this
Chill.
time. Let
Chill.
me tell you something. If you walking down the block with her and everybody laughing, something wrong.
Yo, don't be
Something
trying
oh
to
wrong.
put
yeah,
hold on, yo,
I
not
learned my lesson. I learned my
Nacho,
lesson.
don't be
I
trying to
learned
put
my lesson
nobody.
from that.
Yo, don't try to call nobody out, bro. Chill, bro. Leave them
Something wrong.
anonymous, bro.
Oh, I don't call names. I don't call
You
Something
names.
wrong
almost
There's
with
did
no
that.
just.
names
You
with me.
almost did just now. Leave them anonymous, bro.
Everybody is safe. Everybody is safe with me. Ain't nobody could ever come and say, "Hey,
yo,
you know what? He said so and so about you." No one could
yo,
ever say that
yo.
because me, I'm very confidential with certain things. I
I
don't point
Me
just
not care,
fingers.
listen, me not care about Mario Wayne. I want to know what's the
why,
body
but
count.
look. The
You
reason
don't want
why.
to know. Trust me,
Listen,
you
the
don't want
reason
to
why I
know.
I
said,
want to know.
bro, listen, the reason why I say you don't want to know is because the universe give us things in raw forms, right? It don't know anything about good and bad or
One
whatever,
second.
right? It give it to us in a form. So if you're sitting here saying you want to know what's her body count, that body count is a condition that you may not like. She might be the one for you. And on the strength of the body count that you want to know about, you mess up a good thing.
So
Like
let me
she,
wait. You don't know if I'm gonna be with her based on how I feel, or if I'm not gonna be with her. You don't know that. I don't know that. I
bro,
want to know. I want to know.
bro,
No need to know. No need to know body
listen,
count.
bro.
I
It's
never
the
asked
truth.
what.
Let's be smart here, bro. Like I said, bro, ain't no female or male a virgin when they come into a relationship, bro. We bring some form of experience to that relationship, and we
Yes,
gotta
we
we
know
gotta
that.
kill we
What
gotta
what
kill
what
that
if she wants to turn around to you and ask you what's your
superficial
body count?
I
naivete.
tell her I'm a hoe.
Yo,
I'm being honest.
yo,
At least
yo,
I'm being honest.
yo, you
So
make it,
I'm
yo.
being honest.
it would not match up. It wouldn't match what she wants. So she gonna be more disappointed in you. So you don't want to be
That's
disappointed
okay.
in her.
At least
So
we're being honest.
Because we're creating it has nothing, yo, sometimes honesty is not the best circumstance. Sometimes, yeah, honesty
honesty
is
don't
not
always save a relationship.
exactly. Sometimes you should keep your honesty to yourself. Sometimes honesty can kill a good thing, right? I'm not saying don't be honest or
Yeah.
whatever about certain things, but certain things, and I would not go into a relationship and tell her my body count. Why? How's that beneficial? Wait. How is that beneficial to the current relationship? How is that going to help us move forward in our current relationship? How's that going to help us to build together?
Mm-hmm.
How is it going to help us to grow?
I just think we should start off. We should start off on just being honest. Let us decide if we're gonna take these body
So
counts.
wait, hold on. Let me show you how significant that is, right? So, all right, she really likes you. You really like her. It goes beyond like for you, and you ask her body count, right? And along with the body count, she's telling you things she like to be done in a relationship. And she like, yo, I like dudes to shit on me and this is that and the third. I really want you to be your girl and so on and so forth. How do you view it then?
I'm like, how much nigga shit on you? That's a dub.
Come on, bro.
That's a dub.
So that's gonna make you jeopardize
That's a
something
dumb
that
one.
you're
Because
supposed
one
to be
day
in.
she
Nigga,
gets drunk.
listen.
One day she slipped that Bill Cosby pill in your drink, and then after you're gonna be like, what? Okay.
Look, you know what you guys are missing? You see, if you not start out the honesty, and then she says she want your shit for her, you're gonna start digging into her past like, why would she ask me to shit on her? How many niggas shit on her?
It might be.
Like
It might be. It might be.
Why do you want to know?
It might be.
You're gonna be like, what the fuck did I get myself into?
Yo,
this bitch is a fucking
it might be something. It might be something that gets her off, bro. It might be something that validates the relationship. She might want to. She might want to have sex on the train and you don't. You know what I'm saying? She might want to have sex in the rain and you don't. That's how I look at body counts in relationship. Like there's certain things you're not supposed to know.
No,
you know, and then peep game too.
That's how you want to know how much man you sleep with.
And then peep game
from early.
And then peep game. And then peep game, right? She come from early and tell you these things. What's next? She said, what if she come and say, yo, I had 100 bodies, but I really love you and I really want us to work and I really want to have your kids. Then what?
You know what I'm gonna say? Let's communicate. But we can't go no further than this.
You're so full of shit because you're conjuring.
In my head, I'm like, let's communicate. If honesty kills a good thing, then it's not a good thing. She right. What's her name? What's it? Sean McCarthy. Yeah, right. Yeah, rich. Didn't teach or all that. Listen to me. Me rather know, more know from now. More know. Let me know. I want myself to know what I'm getting myself into before it's too late. Because if me I walk with her and then I laugh off her and then she got you shitting on her, this guy shitting on her, and Mac these like shitting on her, what the fuck me I do with her?
Bro,
what am I doing with her?
Damn, why are you stuck on that analogy, bro?
She's damaged.
Bro, but how many of us are damaged and bringing damage?
I'm not damaged.
Mentality
I'm not damaged. I'm whole.
So whose mentality are you utilizing right now? Whose words are you uttering? You sure? Are you sure?
I'm positive.
100%. You sure that those are your words?
Those are my words. If them a laugh off her, me need to know why them a laugh off her.
Yo, bro.
If I'm defending the hoe, I want to know why I'm defending the hoe.
Can we keep it 100 that every man and woman are followers? Can we keep it a buck?
No, I'm not a follower. I'm a leader.
We are all followers, bro. Nothing brand new. There's nothing brand new underneath the name of the sun, bro. Can we say that a lot of things we think within our thoughts came from somebody else and we are programmed? Because if you were thinking your truth and living your truth, it wouldn't matter what her body count is. You know what I'm saying? Because we do things for, let me finish. We do things for the eyes of other people. Women get dressed and compete with other women. Men get dressed and compete with other men.
My youth, you see that outfit you see me now? I'm gonna be ready for the rest of the week. And if you
That's
ask me, you see, hold on. My truth, if you ask me something, in honesty, I'm gonna tell you. If you ask me to be honest, I will tell you. I'm inspired by people, but I don't want to live in their shadow. If my truth is, if you ask me something, I'm gonna be very forward about it.
bro.
I'm inspired by people, but I don't follow them. I don't
Bro,
wanna.
you're
I don't say
missing.
I
I
wanna.
need you. I need you to really think about what I just said.
Okay, so suppose you was suppose you with your girl or per se your wife, and
Greetings, Queen.
she
Finally,
said
Greetings.
really
we got a
before
we got a
we
female here. So go ahead, make your
she
point.
said really before we marry, um I really want to try another guy. I want to make sure that this is what I want. Your wife. And she want to actually try a guy to make sure this is what she want. Is it okay for her to do that? Would she say that on her mind?
I've seen that happen with a porno, and they ran a train on him. That was the last time that guy saw that girl. That now, that now got no, no, no.
Yo,
Mm-mm.
yo,
If she want to
yo.
But
try
what if
another
she says
guy,
it's gonna happen regardless of whether you want it or not? It's gonna happen.
well,
She don't want to cheat on you.
that's why we
So
don't need to be together. We don't need to be together. We don't need to be
Hey,
together.
hey, Sean. The greatest programmers in our lives are our parents. It started out with our mom and our father. Then after our mom and our father, school. After school, TV, the music, the radio, whatever
the
The
we
internet,
streets,
see,
the internet too.
internet,
the
so on and so
streets,
forth.
the
Those
streets
are
programmers,
those
the
are what
streets.
those are our programmers. Um, honestly, for me, I feel like nobody is really living the way they want to live. Because if nobody was looking, a lot of shit we give a fuck about, we would not give a damn about it.
True.
If there was nobody looking, like you say you're gonna wear your outfit for the rest of the week, right? I get that. You know why I get that? You're an entrepreneur. You're on your job. You're working. You're doing something to benefit your family. So as a man, I get that. To some immature chick and other immature dudes, it'd be like, yo, you a bum. You did it. But while you're getting to the bag and your account have like a million change in it. You see what I'm saying? Like nobody looks at the in between. Hey, Queen, I don't want to make it seem like it's a penis club. What's your take on the whole situation? How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How's everyone? And what's the situation?
Why are men not running to the altar anymore?
Why are men not running to the altar anymore?
I ran.
Well, that's I mean, there's so many different answers to that question.
You was
What you think is
listening.
the top answer? What you think is
Um,
like one out of the top
I
10
think
answers?
the top answer I would say is many of us, including women, were forced to run to the altar and as children, and when we became adults, um we just said we weren't going to do it anymore. And when I mean by becoming adults, I mean really coming into our adulthood, doing research, backing up information, paying attention to ourself and our energy, and understanding what did and didn't resonate with us. And we just said we weren't doing it anymore.
Do you also feel like due to how society is running right now and how certain men and women are behaving, you think that might have something to do
How
with
they're
it?
behaving.
I remember back when I was in high school. Let me make a point so you can answer. When I was in high school, right? It was like you had to sit and wonder what's underneath a female's dress. In today's society, you get it for free. It's over sexualization and there's nothing left to the
OnlyFans,
imagination no more. Everything's
OnlyFans.
out there.
Hmm. So you think that has something to do with not being in church anymore?
Him not believe in a God.
No.
Him not go to
The
church.
altar I'm talking about
Him not believe in a God.
is getting married.
Him,
Oh, I'm like, what? Okay, okay, getting married.
Like
he
what?
is.
Like,
Okay, I
Wait,
get
wait,
it
wait, wait,
now.
wait. Listen, him not believe in a God. So yeah, you can't bring church to him. So him not gonna disagree with you upon that.
bro,
Okay.
here we go,
So,
bro.
okay, so being getting
I'm
married.
outside.
All right. So, okay, no, then I have a whole different take on it. No, I don't even know that it's the over sexualization. I just believe that that people got married for stability in the past, and that now people, both men and women, are stabilized on their own. So a lot of times you marry somebody for stability, right? And if you're already stable or whatever works or what's stable for you, why do you need to be married? I don't know. I don't think it's the over sexualization, because men were married and could go in the streets and get whoever they wanted. So
But
it
what?
doesn't.
But what's wrong with being married though? What's wrong with
Nothing's
being
wrong
married?
with being married, but nowadays women, so there was a time when women had to just kind of be a little what do you guys call the word? I don't know what the word is, but there was a
Submissive.
time when women kind of just, I'll just say it, they had to take a certain level of shit from men, right? And now they don't.
Submissive.
So it's nothing wrong with being
Because
married.
America spoiled you guys.
It's not even about being
So,
spoiled. No,
so do you,
no, it's not spoiled. It's a control factor, right? It's not about being spoiled. It's a level of control.
so
That's all it is.
is it safe to say that some women, not
Some
all, but some, just want to be married for bragging rights?
Lots of women want to be married for bragging rights. Lots of women want to be married for photos, but so do men. It goes hand in hand.
Nah, not me. Nah, I
No,
went down to
we had hopes
161st.
that there's gonna be.
Hold on, hold on. I went down to 161st, put a ring on her finger. We married. Let's go home. That was it. 7 years later. That's it.
Listen, I am for marriage. I'm an advocate for marriage. I'm not, I don't I enjoy being married. Like, I like that type of stuff,
I'm,
but I understand that these women today don't want to do it because they want to do what they want to do. But when their asses get old, they'll want to be married.
you can't be. See, the thing is, most women wants to be traditional and non-traditional at the same time. You can't have both.
No,
Either,
that's true. Well,
either
okay, it depends on what your
wait,
definition of traditional
here's
is.
traditional. My mom know how to cook. She knows how to clean. I've seen her bust her ass. I've seen her put a roof over six kids' head without an actual man in favor of her, and never gave up, never quit, never whatever. Woman today is telling me, yo, I don't cook, I don't clean, but still expect to get everything that comes with being a wife. Get the
Okay,
fuck
let me
out of
jump
here.
in here. Let me jump in here and say this.
They're
There's a lot
spoiled.
of women. No,
They're,
no,
they're
no.
spoiled.
Listen to
The,
me. There's a lot
One
of
second.
women
The
who
ladies,
want.
listen.
Let her
The,
get it out, bro. Let
No,
her get it out.
no,
Hold
the,
on. Let her speak.
no,
Let her speak. Let her
no,
speak. You go after.
no.
the,
There's a lot of
you agree with
women.
me now?
There's a lot of women and a lot of men as well that don't know what traditional looks like. They may want to be traditional, but they don't know what it looks like. For example, I was raised by my grandmother and my grandfather. My grandmother never really taught me how to cook. She never taught me how to clean up. She never taught me how to do any of those things. It was my grandfather who taught me how to cook, and my first husband's family members who taught me how to clean up. I didn't know how to clean up,
Did you
but
want to
I
learn?
wanted to. Yes,
You wanted to learn, right? Nowadays,
yes.
women don't want to learn.
And and
Okay.
and and I could say she's right with that because not that I'm actually taking this off of a video, but I am actually taking it off of video at the time. But this is self knowledge. It had this video from back in the days where Minister Farrakhan said Some people might not like him. Some people might like him. But he said, you know, most women want traditional
They do.
marriage, and basically, they're our black women are running towards other race because they feel like they can't get it with us, and we as black men, we don't know any better, and sometimes they don't have the patience with us, and sometimes we mistreat um, the woman because we
I
don't know
agree.
any better how to treat her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like our
It
fault,
goes both
but we was
ways.
never taught how to.
Trauma
And it's kind
informed.
of like,
Exactly.
But look, this is what I break down and what I notice.
But me,
You
let
guys
me
are
ask you
correct.
something.
Even know, I even know, bro.
You guys are correct. But what I've realized is, bro,
Yeah, go over here, so.
you probably need to
The
make an
let,
effort, right? See,
yes, over here.
what I'm
Over this way.
realizing, hey bro, I'm gonna mute you. What I've realized is that women will raise for this for relationships. Pay attention, psychologically, they were like the dollies, right? The dress, the strollers, the pushing of the baby, and so on. That was preparation. They may not look at it as preparation, but it was preparation for us. What we were playing with is GI Joes and toys running around. That wasn't teaching us nothing about relationships. A female, a young girl had a baby. She's like, oh, your mom was like, oh, you hold a baby like this, and you rock them, so on and so forth. And most of the women were actually pushing the girls out there and shielding the men. They were defeminizing.
Exactly.
They were defeminizing the men.
Yes.
So like I said earlier,
exactly.
it goes back to trauma, bro. We both have traumas on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
But don't get me wrong, because you do have some dudes that all they want to do is blame the women, right? I say in order for society to change,
because we don't have guidance.
woman has to step up, yes, but the woman can't step up and do the entirety of the work. But within the same breath, woman has to respect the role men play as well, because while they sleep, we're building this shit. And a lot of things.
It all boils down to a level, not to cut you off, but it grows down to a level of accountability. And the accountability has to start with the elders. There's a lot of accountability. You have a culture of people who women grew up jealous of each other, men grew up jealous, and it's all like it streams down from a learned behavior that's never been unlearned.
Hold on for a second, bro. And this is the thing I hate with most women. And I know a woman said this. This conversation is one-sided. I'm just sitting here like, who hurt y'all? Why every time when a man is speaking based on actual experience and things that they actually see in front of them, or what so-called woman is doing now, somebody actually had to hurt them, or you're gay, or you're this, or you're that? Why we always come off like that? When in actuality, if you look at it, every single one of us is hurt. Because the reason why you might not be able to get a man is due to your trauma as well, because you cannot sustain a relationship to keep one. So
that's true.
We're both hurt. So if you want to put it there, like, we gotta cut that stereotypical shit out. Like that shit grinds my gears so much, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's trauma, but still, like, y'all gotta stop using that as an argument base. Because on one side you're disrespecting the men.
It's basically clout.
And at the other end, you want men to support and marry you, but you treat men like shit, like they're nothing. Like Mother's Day come around, it's present, it's confetti, is this, is that. Father's Day come around, here's a burger. You get the biggest fucking steak. Let's carry on with life.
Well, let me tell you something. That's it. Not where I grew up. Where I grew up, it's like both didn't get shit for holidays or birthdays. It wasn't they just didn't know how to do that. I don't know where that came from. They didn't know how to do it. It wasn't a separation. Like Mother's Day, Father's Day came, nobody got shit.
the
Birthdays.
but
I'm
now
being honest.
but now
She
do you know that
she give you some
feminism
she
do you
give
know
you
that
she gives you some vagina for your birthday like it's a gift. That's it.
do you know
They don't know
feminism
no better.
do you know feminism is leading the black women astray because they jump
Yep.
on a Eurocentric bandwagon and thinking it's beneficial to them, but it's harming them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like man is out here like we're all the shit. And like Queen says right here, it's not all women and it's not all men. Correct, right? But a lot of us, due to our experience, we use that experience to judge the other relationship. Like, like you got your heart hurt and whatever. So now it's like F men, man ain't shit. You know, this, that, and the third. You lump me into the same criteria as that man that you dealt with. You generalize, right?
I see a lot of that, yes.
And some people say I generalize too. And I'm just speaking of what I'm seeing around me, not necessarily what's going on with you. Like I'm a father that's busting my ass to be a part of my kid's life, right? But the same woman that gave me my kids, turn around and tell me that I'm a sperm donor. I'm not shit.
But where does that behavior, what's the root cause of that behavior?
Hurt people, traumas that's unhealed continues over to current situation and cause conditions and problems for that current situation. Plain and
And
simple.
with you having the knowledge that you have and the understanding, when this other person acts in a way that she obviously has no clue of the way she's acting, because if she did, she would change her behavior, then you, being in the know, have to look at her and treat her differently because she obviously doesn't get it. It doesn't understand.
I mean, I think that women actually do get it. As I could say, women of our kids, they know that this is love. We love them no matter what. And some people, I'm not sure if you love someone and show them that you love them. Once you show them that you love them, they'll show you why you should not love them. Because
Yep.
they're so hurt. It's like, why you love me out of everybody? Nobody never loved me before. This must not be true. Let me test him. Let me put them through another test. Let me put another test to push them away. I can't believe this person actually loved me. Let me try again. Let me put them in another test to see if they really love me.
I
And the
did that.
cycles become so bad that it becomes a habit.
I did that. I used to do that. Like I said earlier,
So
I'll be in relationship and push women away because I didn't know that love. I wasn't secure within myself at that
That's
particular
right.
time, you know, and it was an issue. And the thing with us as men too is that we don't express ourselves. Whenever we are hurt, we keep it bottled up inside.
we can't express ourselves.
Hmm?
We
What?
can't. Are you
I,
gay? You want to express yourself?
what?
That's what they're going to say. That's
What?
what they're going to say.
And it's like they think we're just this robot, bro. Like, and don't get me wrong, like most men do the same thing to women. Like, I'm not gonna make it one sided. Like I said, hurt
Of course.
people. But
You know,
That went
you
earlier
know,
on when I said if you hurt and you take it on to somebody else, you created another you. And once you create another you, they're gonna take it to somebody else
you know what's crazy?
and create another.
The two things that's missing when it comes towards another factor that missing, I would say, in relationship, why men don't run to the altar. Sometimes dealing with black women is just difficult on a whole. They don't know to say sorry. They don't know to
But we
acknowledge
love
you.
them. We love black
Yeah,
women.
we do.
We
They don't
love
know to
black
say
women. We
they don't
love
know to
them.
say sorry. They they don't know to
yo,
acknowledge you. You feel me? And when you have issues like that, it goes into so many different intricates. You feel me? If a woman is wrong,
But
like
but the
for me
but the
to
thing
for
with
me to go to,
the thing with any woman, if you even if you date out of another race, What do you have in common with that person? Could you bump that music that you like from back in the days and be like, okay, let me bump some Bungie Allen or
Yes,
some
right.
Buju Banton or some
So what would you
um
say?
Bounty Killer, and then after they're gonna know like, hey, I remember that song where I was doing, but they don't even know.
So
You have
what do you
nothing in common
say?
with that person. You just
So what
like
do you say?
exotic things.
So what
So
do you say
they
about the
you can't.
woman, Nigel? What do you say to the woman that says everything that we're talking about right now, men do it to them as well?
It's true. Sometimes men do it. That's why I went on to say you create another you, and when you create another you in that woman go ahead and do it to somebody else because they want you. They're hoping. When I say create another you, they're hoping that you would change your mind because you with that woman and hoping that the woman that you like gonna change her mind, and somebody else trying to come in and you tell them, you warn them, and they say, okay, I'm not going to have feelings for you, but they're still hoping that you're going to have that feeling for them. In the meantime, they may be messing with somebody else, and that other person is hoping that you would have that same feeling. Well, hoping that that person is going to have that same feeling that they have for them. But now that person is not, and it's a cycle. It's a cycle of hope,
But look, see
a
the thing
cycle
is,
of trauma, if you
eh,
call it that.
see that, and but that's the thing, right? If I can sit here and recognize that I am fucking up, I can sit here and recognize that I need to change. Yo, bro, I'm gonna kick you out of the live, boy. You keep honking that horn, boy. I know you work. I know you
Man,
working
they
on.
like sleeping.
Yo,
You hear it?
yeah, that's why I'm happy I'm not in New York no more, bro. Yo, that's we too
Listen, there's no
aggressive.
place like home.
Yo,
There's no
I
place
know
like
there's
home.
no place like home. We too aggressive, bro. Like, yo, we have no patience. Like, yo, like, but yeah,
If I go on that road and he's taking too long and he's not letting me cut in front of him, is a problem.
yo, but I look at it like accountability, 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 man. Like, I feel like a lot of us jump into relationships, right? And we don't work on learning the person. We go in there with
So we
conditions.
work with hopes.
We go in
We
there
work
with
with hopes.
yeah, we go in there
And
with conditions. We're not logical. Men is illusional too. Like we create this
sometimes we
scenario.
don't we plan stuff, but we plan it in stuff. I believe men plan stuff, but we plan it in steps. And um if the person we with don't like the steps that you're taking, they're gonna initiate those steps. And if they feel you're not initiated the steps as fast as they want, guess who's gonna be left behind?
You are.
Next.
What's up, King?
What's going on, cuz?
How you doing, bro?
Good,
What you
good.
wanna what you wanna add? What you wanna add
Good,
to
man.
the
I have
conversation?
so much to add to this, man. The topic why men ain't running to the altar, right?
Mhm.
Uh, when I was in the comments, I posted a link where it's 100 women that made it to the top the 100 richest women list, right?
Mhm.
And only 98 of them are only two of them are self-made. 98 of them earn their, what I mean, their riches through being married. I
Ah,
I think that's a big reason why a lot of men these days that's out here like, what I mean, doing their thing, trying to get somewhere in life, um, not trying to run to the altar because if things go south, then they're out. What I mean? They're out half of whatever they worked for their whole life until they
so
met that. Go ahead.
like that Eddie Murphy thing when he joked about it. He said, "Do you know how hard it is to have $5 and give somebody 250?"
Exactly.
Is a thing. So you feel like marriage is a gain for most women? Is that what you're
Well,
saying?
hey, listen, if it goes the right way, right, and it's good, right, then and you stay together, then it's all good. But if it goes south, a lot of time, 99% of the time, the man is the one that's gonna be out. What I mean? Half of what
Let
he
me
has worked for.
let me
That's
ask
a
you a
big
random
that's a big
question.
part. Go ahead.
Random question. Who gains the most out of a divorce? Man or woman?
The woman,
That's what I'm talking about. We talk. I just said the finance part, and also you guys have talked about the kids part, right? You have a kid with a woman, right? And the relationship breaks down, and you go your separate way. She's her separate way. Who the kid 75% of the time goes with? You know what I mean? Because of how the system is, the kid go with his mom, right? For the most part, the child or children would go with their mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's stuck paying child support? You know what I mean? Who's stuck before we even get to that point, not being able to see their kid because the mother is salty? You know what I mean?
And that's my point. Like earlier, I made a point, and sometimes when I make these points, like women feel as if like I don't like women or I'm generalizing, so on and so forth. But I'm speaking about what I see, right, and what reality is. And you're absolutely right. Is that women are so-called fighting for equality, right? But they already have everything. Everything is already tipped into their favor.
Exactly. They don't
Like
need to fight for no equality, man. Like it's like you said, it's already tipped in their favor.
if the men don't fight for that child, it automatically goes to the mother, right?
Yep.
Like y'all are really most of y'all running around saying, "Oh, you need equal pay. You need equal pay." Like let's use the NBA for instance, right? And let's use the women NBA. The women NBA is not as what'd you say
Lucrative. Exactly.
exciting and watch as the men. The men NBA has been around longer than the women NBA. So you feel like they're gonna go up and just sponsor something that's not that like you know what I'm saying exciting and do y'all dunk? Do y'all bring this? You know, do you know what I'm saying? Like you want to be paid like men, but you don't do the same work as men. Or if you claim you're doing the same work, yeah, you should get paid like men if you're in the same field and you're doing the same thing as him. But you got to look at certain things. More than likely, most women, when pregnant, is quicker to take off than a man. Within pregnancy, the man will work through it. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So a lot of companies don't want to give you that FML, MLA, and stuff like that because they know, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you're viewed differently. But look now, a lot of women is winning.
They
A lot
are.
of women are focusing on their careers and doing what they're doing, right? But they got it backwards. See, a man will pick a woman up and build her up, but a woman won't pick a man from nothing and build him up.
You at the point. I was just gonna say that. You know what I mean? It's like so many women
I
come up
mean,
off men,
I mean,
but vice
if you
versa.
was in the streets, she would have picked you up.
What?
Yo, he's saying if the man was in the street, she would have picked him up because yeah, the good guys don't win no more. So I get that concept. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you was in and out of the system, she probably might have looked out for you.
Okay, let's look at this. All right,
Right?
let's look at this. Because what they limit the women NBA
Society,
does
what society glorify?
because they feel women can bring the same game. How can women bring the same game? I've never seen a woman put a ball through her legs and do a 360 and dunk it. I've never
Listen,
seen a woman go up in the air and stuff her arm in the rim. So no, y'all cannot bring the same thing.
listen. They can make money, right? It's all about dollars and cents because that's what everything comes down to at the end of the day, right? If they want to make that
What?
money, they go out there and they're playing on
What?
bikini or whatever. They do the same game in bikini. They'll have more followers, more men watching the game. They'll make more. I'm just trying to make a point, but I'm saying it comes down to dollar and cent, right? And so they don't have as much people excited about the game as watching the man game because of what you just said. They not doing a windmill, they not, you know what I mean, doing all of that stuff, right? But if they start dressing in, you know what I mean, I'm not trying to like
It's
say they
sad.
should, I'm not trying to say they should do that, but I'm just
It's
saying it's
sad.
dollar and cent.
It's sad that a woman would have to stoop to that level in order to get her just due. That's sad. I get what you're saying, but based on how society is
Facts.
structured, like you said, it's
Exactly.
dollars and cents, and that's what it is. Because you will have a female that's stripping, that's making 100 grand. Queen is saying they're limiting the woman in the women NBA, the WNBA, or they're limiting women in other things. No, I feel like women have the freedom to do whatever the hell they want to do.
So it goes back down to society, you know.
That
I
that
mean,
that's why society's saying the only way a woman gonna get paid a lot is if you stripping or something like that. Because if you're trying to work hard to get your degree and do a work, so some woman is like, hey, might as well go show my body and go strip.
But I
but
always
that's what they've been selling all these years until they try to change it. You know what I mean? Then they'll see some real change. But that's what they've been selling, their sexuality, like all these years.
I mean,
So that's
if
what everyone knows.
if stripping was one of the number one things that buy you a house and buy you the car that you want, and you make like $1,000 a day or better from um women as a guy, would you say you want to do your career that you're doing right now as work, or you'll be like when you the younger self, the younger you'll be like, yo, I want to start stripping.
because
The-
nobody
Messing with
nobody
women for
look
money.
at nobody look at success as incremental anymore. Everyone look at success as instant gratified.
Yep.
You know, true
That's
success comes with incremental steps. It might take, like, if you listen to any millionaire, they'll tell you, like, yo, in order for me to be where I'm at now, it took me like 15 years. Take the guy that created KFC, right? Even though they claim he stole recipes, so on and so forth. He became a multi-millionaire at 61. You know, so a lot of people look at the party and they come and they celebrate and they drink the wine, but they don't look at the decorations and you setting up everything for them to have a good time. You get what I'm saying? And I understand what Queen is saying. Queen is saying, based off her experience in college, they don't allow women to do certain things. But answer me this, Queen. Can women, if they do get the opportunity, do certain things as men? Sincerely, given
let, can
give go ahead.
Cause let me butt in real quick. So, you know, I was in the military, right? And it's the same thing. Like women want to be in the infantry or whatever, which they're on the front line doing stuff, right? And let's be honest and let's be open, right? Women, they're not as strong as men. You know what I mean? Like if you on a team with a couple other men or whatever, somebody get hit out there, you got to go drag him back or lift him up and put him on your back. A woman versus a man, you know what I mean? So it's the same thing with other like jobs and stuff out there, careers and stuff. Like you're not, you know what I mean? Honestly, if you can pull your weight and do as much as the man do, you deserve to get equal pay and equal everything. But like at the end of the day, a lot of the times, sometimes you can't do as the man can. That's it.
Due to genetics. But that's the thing. A lot of females don't look at that. Like, for instance, right? Pay attention to what was happening recently. They put transgender men or women in female sports. And what was happening?
They're beating all the females because genetically they're stronger because they're men.
Yeah, guess what? That reminds me of this thing. Yes, I know I'm old or whatever the age I am. We're around the same age. And I watched a wrestling flick a couple of years ago, and they have this transgender man woman. She's wrestling the females and beating them up. And I'm like, wait,
That's
what?
a dude.
And they're super strong. And super strong. Even though it's fake and it's scripted, but you could see the strength compared to the woman. And you're like, nah, that's not right.
Hear what it is too. Like, and
It should be your own league for that. It should be transgender against transgender if that's what it want to be, but not
okay.
transgender against women.
And she
It's
said
not fair. It's not fair. Because if LeBron James put on a dress and LeBron say, I want to be the WNBA now
Juana man.
and dunk on these
Juana man.
hoes, calm my language, it would not be fair.
Juana man.
what?
Oh,
Oh, what?
continue.
That
They're saying
movie.
they're saying
That
it
movie.
should be unisex. No, I I don't agree with that. We don't agree with that. No, it should
They,
not.
they should not
What?
be unisex.
Y'all should
Guys
have
hit
your own.
very
Y'all should have
hard.
your own sport, and men should have their own sport. No, because then y'all gonna start try to change the
And
rules when.
transgender should have their own category.
Yeah, like when LeBron comes down and start posting up and dunking on you, and
It's not
so on.
fair.
Oh, it's not fair.
It's not
Kind
fair.
of like what y'all are saying now. We're crying saying it's not fair due to child support and due to mistreatment and so on and so forth. And y'all like suck it up. Get over it. This, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying?
Because
Like,
I know in society there's only two not everywhere, but there's only two genders that they had universally at first in the early 2000s. It was men and women. And now when you go to get your ID, I went to get my New York State ID the other day. It was men, woman, or would you rather be considered he, I mean they, him, her, she, or whatever it said.
yo,
So there's another category. So if there's another category, why there can't be another category
yo, bro,
of
listen,
athletes?
bro. I'm sorry. Y'all can hate me. Y'all can punish me for this, but listen, yo, the way society's moving right now and trying to push that transgender thing, I have nothing against it. Be whatever you want to be, but don't push your ideologies on me or my children. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe a man and a woman go together, right? Whatever you decide you want to do in your personal time behind your doors, do it. Like it, love it, go for it. Don't push your shit on me, because realistically, how I was brought up not to like that shit.
Facts, guys.
Like,
Facts.
even in Jamaica right now, that is a law against that shit. You can't be in the open with that. They will hurt you.
I think they're changing out there, man. I think they're changing.
Because the government is selling out. They're
Exactly.
becoming Americanized.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? But I'm not. I don't hate you. Like Eddie Murphy said, you want to go suck the dick? I'll go have the beer. Plain and simple. Do what you need to do for you, but don't push it on me and my kid. And y'all getting
Right,
real
don't
bold.
say
Y'all
you
getting
know what?
real bold with this shit.
You know what, cuz? Like, listen, at the end of the day, like, they putting all that stuff out there on the TV and all in the kids program and all that stuff on YouTube,
Oh yeah.
on whatever.
Remember
Putting
when you
on
said about
Netflix
Sesame
and all that
Street?
stuff.
They said Ernie's supposed to
And
be gay or something like that. Right?
exactly, they putting out there like
Bro.
Sponge, like, I don't know, man. They're
SpongeBob,
putting it out
bro.
there.
Disney
Just
Channel, like Little Mermaid, Aladdin. There's mad
subliminal.
subliminal messages in there, bro, of sexuality,
Yep,
bro.
yep. They're trying to get the kids from there early and stuff. So they're trying it. They're doing it. But, like, you know what I mean? Like you said earlier, you know what I mean? The kids, they learn from their parents first, and they learn at school, and you know what I mean? So yeah,
Of
but no
course,
matter
of
what you
course.
do, it's out there, you know what I mean? And
I mean,
you,
I mean,
you only can
at the
you only
same
can do
time,
as much as you can do.
if a kid, if your kid come up to you and they choose to be that, then they choose to be that. But you did not teach that. As long as you don't teach that, it should
Bro,
not be a problem.
bro,
Just like how
they're
some
teaching
people
it in school, bro.
don't teach racism. Some people teach racism and
Yo, bro.
the kids come on this.
I'm a strong believer in children live what they learn, right? So at the end of the day, like, no, like you say, racism and also hatred and all that stuff. Some people are actually teach that stuff, you know what I mean? And
Of
like
course.
we were saying just now, subliminally, like the TV is programming our kids and stuff these days, you know what I mean? YouTube, Facebook, like everything is out there. It's programming our kids. So although we're not teaching, and even when they go to school too, and like, so we don't teach them that, but then their friend come to school because their friend get programmed and their friend is teaching them, you know what I mean?
Teaching your
The
kid.
foolish, yeah. So it's like it's out there and it's hard, man.
But
But you
it's
still
deeper.
gotta, yeah, you still gotta try as much as you can.
You know the funniest thing is like okay my son, I heard he was in school or something like that, and he got caught looking at porn and stuff, looking at girls' booty and all that stuff, and I kind of laugh. I'm like, okay, I already know who he is. So
But
certain
look,
certain things make you proud.
but look. See. That's a thing too that we sway away from, right? We gotta stop. Like, and men do this a lot. Like, if a woman goes and sleep with 10 men, she's a hoe. If a man
Yeah.
goes and sleep with 10 women, yo, he get yo, son, you the man. Yo, salute.
The double standard is real, cuz
We gotta stop doing that. Like,
that's society.
Exactly. It has to stop from somewhere.
even though you say your son, you know who whatever he's cut from, you know who kid he is or whatever, and we laugh at stuff like that. It's still hyposexuality. They shouldn't know about
Mhm.
these things at this time frame. You know
YouTube.
what I'm saying?
You
Yeah, that's
can't
what I'm
blame
saying.
YouTube. YouTube.
See, we run around and blame other things too. Like, you're right. Like, we gotta control what they watch and what they're doing. Like, we
It's,
go around like, oh, rap music is messing up the generation, and this is that and the third. Like, look at all the benefits rap music has done for the generation and the doors that's open. So, but accountability, like Queen said again, we got to start taking accountability for
Rich
our life and
Lamar
our,
is funny.
our shit. Nah.
let it be gay. More women for me, huh? Listen, like the double standard is real, and that's the problem, man. Society plays a big part in everything that's happening. You know what I mean? The double standard is real.
I mean,
You,
I
you hit the
agree
nail
with
on the head,
Rich
cuz.
Lamar.
You hit the nail on the head,
That's a
because when you
different
said,
topic.
like, if your son, you know what I mean, comes and be like, yo, I got 2, 3 girlfriend, like, you're cool with that. But if your daughter come and say that shit, you be like, what? You know what I mean? What?
Exactly. It's like,
You're not gonna be
Exactly.
down for that. You're not even gonna
Exactly.
be down for her having one boyfriend, much less 3 boyfriends. You know what I
peep
mean?
this. I'm sorry. Peep this, cuz
Yeah.
mothers protect their sons and push their daughters out. Fathers protect their daughters and push their sons out. Not because you're 18, it doesn't mean you're an adult. It doesn't mean it's time for you to go live on your own. There's still more life and lessons to be learned when you need to learn them. You know what I'm
Majority
saying?
majority of people are still dumb as fuck when they're 18. You know what I mean? So yeah, you don't need to be pushing
Oh
out.
yeah, I was
A matter
stupid
of
when I
fact,
was 18.
let let's switch it to like black and white. Like the majority of white people, if they can afford it, they keep their kids. Their kids can live at their house until they're whatever age, right? Until they can
40.
go and buy a house. You know what I mean?
Even if
And,
they go buy the house and fuck up and
but
come
but
back, cuz
but black people tell their kids,
You know the most
when you're
profound
18,
statement
you
I
got to get
heard.
the hell out of this. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So,
Because
yeah. So
we like control over certain things, and one of the most profound statement I ever heard was when I was in college. I was in like LaGuardia or whatever, and it had a Jewish kid. He always used to come in with the same jeans on, literally the same jeans on every day. He might change the shirt, but he comes with the same jeans, ripped up. And I came to him, and I came very bold. I'm like, hmm, why do y'all save money? He told me, we save for our grandkids. I'm like, what? Yeah, we save for our grandkids. But I'm like, you don't even have any kids yet. He said, I know, but when we have kids and they have kids, that's who the money is gonna go to. So they save for the grandkids.
do you know how
so
deep,
so
do you know how
so
deep that is?
his grandparents probably saved for him. So he
Generational.
wasn't even worried. He was at school just trying to make himself better for his grandkids. But he know he's getting something from his grandparents, so he was already good.
So in our situations, we're not prepared. Most of the time, we're not prepared. We go head on into these things. We don't have a father that teaches us how to treat a woman. We don't have a mom
Nope.
that teaches us, how to be, and so on and
What
so forth.
Because
when
you know what we kind of get from our fathers, kind of get that you have to be controlling. You have to be, well, not fathers, but
but
society. We have to be controlling. We have to be the man, and
Nigel,
it's
not to
more about
cut you off,
control.
but a lot of this stuff go deeper and deeper and deeper back to the 1950s 50s and before that, you know what I mean? It goes all the way back, because if you check the maths on that, right, it's only probably like 60 years since, you know, segregation ends and all that stuff, and you go deeper. So we still have people in our life right now that's, you know what I mean, 60 years or older, that's been a part of that system back then, you know what I mean? And the way they were treated, and you know, it goes deeper. It really goes deeper for us
You're
as
you're
black
you're you're
people.
right, because you might look at certain things and call it racism, and I might look at it and say it's not racism, right? I feel like let's touch base on that a little bit, because like even within that, we use, yes, shit's against us. Yes, it's harder on us. There's laws that's written into play by Congress to affect us, and so on, a red line, and so on and so forth. Yes, but right now we have the opportunity to change and develop us more
So
than anybody else, right? So on one aspect of it, we'd be like, oh, we don't have the funds to do a lot of shit that so-called Caucasians do, right? But yet we have the funds to cop 100 pairs of Jordans, worship
so
our cars, and
so
so on and
so
so forth.
so so a part of that too, cause still go back to there
Yeah, that's what I'm
to
speaking on. I'm
back
I'm I'm,
then.
I'm getting to a point.
Okay.
For me, it's not racism, bro. It's a race. It's about survival. They
And
know who you
That
are.
that's kind of like what Kanye West said.
Yeah, they
so
I
know
mean,
who
he
you
was
we're
are.
technically
They know
right.
how powerful you are. You're actually the original man on the planet, right?
we're
Just think about it, bro.
we're more and more and more black people are slowly opening their eyes, and it goes back to the original question on this, for the topic of this discussion, right? Why men not running to the altar? Because more and more people are realizing that this whole religious stuff and Christianity is coming back from that shit, you know what I mean? And we are going more and more away from it. Not just black people, but everyone is going away from the Christianity. And with that, that's where the old marriage thing come from. Because if we go back to our African roots, you know what I mean, we probably have 3 4 wives and it's fine, you know what I mean? So we going away from that. We're not trying to take 3 4 wives or nothing like that, but we're going away from Christianity. That's why more and more people not running to the altar, because we don't really need to be married for us to have a relationship and be good with each other. A matter of fact, sometimes it's better you don't even get married, because once you get married, then you know people feel a sense of entitlement and sense of, you know what I mean, like I need this, and people relax and do all of this, and then next thing you know, we've been together for 10 years, we've been married for 1 year, and now we're divorcing apart.
But here's a question again. I'm gonna ask the question again, because I remember you answered it for him. On the surface, it feels like the woman gains more, right?
They do.
In actuality, bro, the system gains more. It's a contract.
You're right.
Everybody signs a contract, but they never listen to the first 3 letters. It's a con, right? You got to get a marriage certificate. The certificate floats around in I be forgetting that shit. It's a bond. It floats around. So
Mm-hmm.
they're benefiting from
This
your
is
bond.
just like your birth certificate, right?
Yeah, divorce, they're benefiting from divorce. It's all about dollars and cents. Everything has a price tag to it.
Check this out, cause like the child support system collects how many $1 billion, right? When they pay out, they still have $1 billion that they profit. Because the
Because
child support system is not a government system. It's a for-profit system. It's
private
private.
owned,
It's private.
like a
So
lot of
so
these
so
companies.
they collect $8 billion and pay out $7 billion. You know what I mean? So like you said just now, it's they benefit. You know what I mean?
And
Instead
look
of
at
for
this.
them.
And look at this too, right? If you don't pay a child support, where do you go?
Which don't make no sense.
You go to jail,
It don't make no
right?
sense.
When you go
Yep.
to jail, who does it benefit?
Them.
People on welfare thinking, oh, it's free money, it's our money. The prisoners within incarceration is paying for your welfare. That's how deep it goes. So slavery is still real. A job is slavery, but we don't look at it as that. Plain and simple, bro. We're being used and we're fighting against everybody else. We're fighting against us for the crumbs. A man and a woman, a man plus a woman equals another life. That's three. They tell you one plus one is two. So you're deceived from the beginning. You're on a system that's incorrect. Period. From the jump. It's like you're starting like 6 laps behind everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And we need to straighten us. And how we straighten us, we start in our household. Make it spread like a virus.
Hey,
One house to two.
this user said, not to mention a lot of people come from broken homes and don't want to make the same mistake their parents made, right? So they don't want to try to repeat the same mistake. So I guess that goes back to the main, you know what I mean, topic, you know.
Like love, friends, and meditation, marriage has lost its meaning.
Ki-
Yeah.
kind of kind of like what he was saying, right?
Yeah.
Marriage, more people, men and women, view marriage as, back in the days, as society norms. Now they view it as, I don't want to be brainwashed by what society
So
demands.
so
I want
so
to make my path.
Nigel, not to cut you off, our next user said y'all need to have another convo with women about
That
what it's like to live with men in this world. So
that's the crazy thing. That's the co-host. That's about a regular co-host of the
okay,
pod.
okay.
Of the pod.
So
What it's like
no,
to
no, no.
live in a man
I would
world.
love for us to get input though, like you know what I mean, off the other side, because we're just out here, just you know what I mean,
Yeah,
putting our side.
we don't want to be biased, you know. Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
get the females. I'll give y'all a platform. You can host it, Queen. Let's make it happen. I would love to listen.
Yeah,
I
Seriously.
wish more
definitely.
females. I wish more females actually jump in the conversation because I would like to hear their opinion. Because
Definitely.
I want to hear if I'm wrong. I want to hear.
I know. I want to hear
I want
their
to hear
side.
something that makes me double think the situation. I just don't want to hear his opinion and his opinion, and then have to be like, oh, okay, this might be true. I want to hear your side, and y'all say, oh, that's wrong, and I want to hear the reason why. So
Hey Jody,
yeah,
get
why
a
not?
couple more. Get a couple more female who can make this happen. We can make this happen either Saturday or Thursday.
Let's do it.
Seriously, seriously. I would love to hear. I would love to hear y'all perspective. And for a lot of y'all, man, stop telling me or saying that I hate women. And yeah, or who hurt you. Yeah, I have been hurt.
We
That's
love
fine.
women. What would
I
we do?
have been
What
hurt.
would we do
But
without women? Number one.
bro, no, we cheat, bro. A
What
lot
would
of
we do
this
without
is
women?
for, bro.
We'll
What can we
cease
do
to
without
exist.
women?
We'll cease to exist. That's what we'll do without women.
Yo, bro.
Exactly.
The essence in
Exactly.
the smell,
So
the warmth.
the the society that's being pushed upon us would have been pushed upon us if we didn't have women. It would have
No, if
had
we didn't have women,
succeed.
everything would come to a standstill. Everything would stop. That's it. You
No
know, we'll cease to
Love
continuation.
exist.
women. Love women. Love women.
No continuation of life, yo.
Exactly. That's it.
And
Done.
and Brooks mentioned, oh, he don't love God. I'm sorry. My God is my mom, bro. I came here because of her, bro. And it's funny, just like a contract that we don't look at, a lot of them stories is bullshit. Because I guess the earth they were talking about was the women. Because I have 2 boys. And I've watched their mom gave birth to them. I planted my seed and she bear the fruit. So how can you tell me to worship somebody they created you? How did he created me? I was born. So y'all shit not adding up.
Let me tell you this. Let me say this for everyone that's listening. Like it's about religion is about where you're from, your location, you know what I mean? And it's about the indoctrination that happened to us as kids. You know, and we're old enough right now. We have all access to all type of media and medium out there, right? Go ahead and research for yourself and open your eyes and look at different, because if you check it out right now, you're probably over 5,000 religions out there, you know what I mean? Go and research all of them and see. You know what I
Nigel,
mean?
Nigel living his
Just
best
do that for
life.
yourself.
Good statement.
You're about
Good
to make me
statement.
drink. I
Good
had to be
statement,
considered.
cuz. Good
Do
Anyway,
statement.
that for yourself, not for nobody
religion,
else but yourself. Because we get indoctrinated as kids and we grow up and we believe like this, and
religion
that
is
it's a
religion
mean
is a
of
deep
control.
topic. It's a
I,
It's a
very
mean
deep
of
topic.
control.
I
And
feel
you know
like
why
religion.
I say it's a deep topic? Because I believe that is control, like you said. But some people need guidance because without guidance, they'll be lost.
Trust trust me, man. Like
And,
listen,
and that's why sometimes you see, oh, on the news, this person did this to that person. There was a school shooting, there was a bombing, and all these other crazy stuff that happened in the world. You see because some people either had the wrong guidance or they had the right guidance,
I feel, bro. I
and
feel
some people
like,
need to be brainwashed into guidance,
bro. I feel
the
like,
right path, though.
I feel like a lot of the fuckery we go through in life is because of religion, bro. All the wars and
yep.
so on and so forth is because of
But
religion, bro.
because there's good and bad in
But
everything, right? Because without religion, you see how fucked up the world is right now. It'll be way worse. Without police, you see
but
how
it's good and bad.
fucked up
It's good and
everything
bad
right
for
now.
who?
It'll be worse. So there's good and bad in everything. Although you have
For
police out
for
here
for
doing all
who?
this heinous stuff,
But
whatever.
for who?
No, it's good and bad for everybody. It's good and
I
Look
bad
feel
at
for
like,
everything.
overseas. Look at overseas. Look at overseas. That we about to pull out of Iraq and all that stuff, and they're about and they're bombing the school because it have all girls in it in the school because they don't want women to gain knowledge.
I feel, bro. Listen, bro. This is what I look at it. This is what I look at it
So
as. I feel
it's
like,
crazy that these people have these guidance and nobody to support them. Like, okay, let a woman prosper. Let a woman gain these knowledge to maybe they
it's,
might be smarter than guys. They might be able to take us up to the next level in life that we need to be taken.
bro. I feel like, honestly, bro, every man come out of a woman, and a man helped create a woman. So it's kind of crazy. Like, what came first, the chicken or the egg, right? But I'm gonna leave this as the ending statement. Um, Men, women, we need each other in order to continue our generational pool. You need a woman, not Steve and Steve, not Adam and Adam. You need Karen and Jermaine and so on and so forth to make it work. That's the natural order of things. You see that shit in nature, right? Um, Due to all this Batimanism, right? They lash out against females in certain aspects, and then you have females lashing out at men. Like even to the Batimanism, too, I feel like women allow that to happen. You get what I'm saying? And that's deep too. That goes on a deeper spectrum of things as well. Because a woman could jump around and have a dude that don't like women around her, and she changed and she's stripping, like, oh, this, that, and the third. But if she had straight men around her, it would be a problem. You get what I'm saying?
Women are crazy, bro. Cause women are
But guess
crazy.
what?
They ain't a,
Guess what?
they ain't a bikini on the beach, or they know they the bathing suit on the beach, and it's fine. You know what I mean? And then they in the panties and bra, and it's like it's different. Like it's the same thing. Like
And
women are
then
crazy.
and
It's the
then
same.
But
the same woman you sleep with will tell you, now you got to learn boundaries. Now don't look at me. I know what your body is like. Whatever scars you have on your body, I know what it like. We've been together for a minute,
Yep.
right?
but
The
Yep.
same the same
but
woman will dress half naked and go to a club in the freezing night. And
Yep.
if a man touch her, oh my God, you created that atmosphere. You cannot dress seductive. And when I start to pursue you due to your
but
seduction, say
but
that
but
I'm
but
thirsty. Me opening the door
can
for
you answer
you,
this?
I'm a simp now. Like, what?
Could you answer this question?
Go
Could you
ahead,
answer this
Nigel.
question? Why is it okay for well, you're a guy, you can't answer this question. But anyway, maybe a female want to answer this question. Why is it okay for a female to have a male bestie, but it's not okay for a guy to have a female bestie.
Hey,
But I'll leave that
Chantrice.
for another
Hey,
topic.
Chantrice.
You can go ahead.
Y'all can answer that on the next show. All right. Gratitude for everyone that's watching, everyone that passed through. Please hit the like button. Go to YouTube, MEN-talRollaDeK, IG MEN-talRollaDeK, Instagram MEN-talRollaDeK. Like and follow, subscribe. Follow the podcast on Apple. Oh man, I'm really bad at this. There's so many different Spotify. What else? Anchor, and so on and so forth. I swear, I'm gonna get a list of all the forums that this podcast is on, so you guys can follow. But please hit the like button. It doesn't take nothing for you to hit the like button
And share
it. It was a good show today.
Yes.
Hey, gratitude, Kings. I feel like men
And
need to
make
have
sure
these.
y'all hit that like button right now, not later. Now.
I feel like
wait.
we need men.
I put all my energy. This is 2 hours of my life.
I feel like men need to have more conversations like this.
I want a female input too, man. We need to be going off.
No. That's fine.
I would love for females to come. Please have more females, please.
Bro,
please.
I'm gonna work on that because up to 10 people could be on the screen. So up to 10 people could be in here. So yeah, most definitely. Because without you guys, we wouldn't be here. Black women, stop running around like we don't love you. I know there's some men out there that's bitter, that's hurting, that treats you like shit, but I'm here. Not every man.
Black of the berry, the sweet of the juice, yo. What you talking about, Chris?
They treat you. Let's love each other because without each other, we cannot grow. All right? Peace. We out.